Hey, happy Thursday, everybody. Hey, James. Hey, Siva. See you guys already in there in the chat. I see, Siva, you've discovered I added a couple of commands over the last few days, so that's pretty exciting. So there is now a real, I suppose, command list on my, if you're watching via the Twitch browser or app, it's down below of the commands. Hey, Rambling Geek, thanks for coming in. .commie, hello. Hope y'all are having a great Thursday. The only thing that I have, I know we did, so I wanted to review what we did last time on Tuesday. I did show off, I do like to do a little bit of show and tell. Happy Thursday to you as well, Siva. So on Tuesday, there was more show and tell around. I shared off the Adafruit, Pi Portal, the MX Chip, IoT Dev Kit, and then the Jetson Nano, which we're going to work on a future stream. .commie noticed the only thing that I have for show and tell today, which is green screen. I took the plunge and did the green screen thing. It just showed up yesterday, and I still have to tweak it just a little bit, but it's not bad. It's not bad for a start. So you can see more of the things going on behind me, and when my head gets in the way, you all can yell at me in chat, which will be really exciting. So yeah. So that's my only show and tell item for today, but I do want to schedule a follow-up stream to do. Thanks, .commie. Yeah, I'm excited. Thanks, James. I appreciate that. It's kind of fun. I'm going to be doing more videos for the Particle YouTube channel as well. Hey, Rambling Geek, thanks so much for the subscription. That's awesome. I appreciate that. The tier 1 subscription. Thank you so much. This is very kind. You can now use the Trash Panda emote, which the Cyan Trash Panda emote, my personal favorite. Man, my Stream Deck is not always working with that. But welcome. Appreciate you. There you go, .commie. Thank you. So I want to schedule a stream to go through the Jetson Nano, kind of like we did a few weeks ago with the Google Coral board, and just walk through some of the TensorFlow demos on that and all that kind of stuff. So, very nice. Very nice. I really like your emotes, Rambling Geek, as well. I gotta yeah, those are pretty nice. The Johnny 5 one, and then the Wally also. Those are pretty sweet. I like those emotes. I have to think about a second emote now for second and close to third emote to add to the Cyan Panda, and I don't have any ideas yet. So if y'all have any ideas on other emotes to add, I would be happy to hear them for sure. So a little bit of a recap of last time. I mentioned before. Oh, nice surprise for your stream tomorrow evening. Well, I'll have to Friday evening. What time? Is it evening your time? Because I believe you're in the UK. Is that right, Rambling Geek? So I want to share this. Oh, 8 p.m. UTC. Cool. I'll be around. I'll make sure to join. All right. So I have. Oh no, not all caps. In my GitHub repo, I added a GitHub repo for Twitch streams. I can't remember if I added a command for this. Command for this is not, so I'll just copy it here. But this has all of my stream notes from one individual stream to the next. So here's what we did on Monday, excuse me, not Tuesday. I keep saying Tuesday, but I stream on Mondays and Thursdays. I think I would remember this. So we did the show and tell on Monday with the Pi Portal, the MX Chip, and then the Jetson Nano, which was fun. And then most of the time on Monday was spent messing around in the bot. So actually getting some of the other commands working. I suppose I should actually bring that on. Bring my Watt camera, which is now sort of over my shoulder here because of the magic of the green screen. So the Wall of Things NeoPixel strips are working. Although I've had some issues with them in the last couple of days. And so I'm a little worried that we're going to experience some of those live on stream. But that's, hey, it's part of the fun, right? We debug issues, we work around, we try to get things working. We'll see what happens. So they're working. So when the bot is actually running, there's a few commands in there. And let me go ahead and actually get into the bot and run the bot. So if I have the bot running, I can do fancy things like chase color FFFFF. Is that the right number of characters? Oh, is it gonna time out on me already? We just started? Anyway, so those commands are actually being received by the bot. Siva, you're jumping ahead of me. But yes, that's actually something I want to work on today. So we added support for hex colors. We allowed the colors to be set even when the command is actually active. And of course, I'm getting a timeout right now, which is a wonderful feeling. And then we added a mode to rainbow so that you could actually turn on rainbow mode, etc. And then one thing we didn't get to was actually some fireworks or disco animation when the stream gets cheers, subs, follows, all that kind of stuff. So those are some of the things that I actually want to work on today. So I was a good responsible developer and started actually adding some cards for myself in the GitHub repo for the project, which Siva had discovered earlier. There actually is a command for that. You type the walk command, that will actually give you the pointer to all of the code for this project. And that includes the firmware that's actually running on the particle devices, the bot itself, the Twitchbot, and then eventually when I get to that point, the site. This is all going to be on sort of a site that when I'm not streaming can be used to control the wall and with a 24/7 view of this webcam as well, which should be fun. So I started a list for myself. That is one of my goals for today, was to start actually working from a Kanban board and not just sort of lazily working on whatever I feel like from one moment to the next. Although it does reflect what's actually here. Some of the things I want to work on today, a few ideas that came up in the stream last time, accepting CSS shorthand values. So if you do, pound FC0, that'll expand into FFCC00. Hey, Grogard, welcome. Thanks for coming in. Good to see you. Happy Thursday to you. Hope you're having a good one. I want to accept named colors as well, like what Siva was just trying to roll in. So purple, things like that. I do still need to do like cheer detection, animations, and all that. And then I want to add a breathe command. And the breathe command will cause the lights to not do this animation they're doing right now, but to just sort of breathe on and off. So similar to the breathing cyan on particle devices, like on the built-in RGB LED, actually do those on the NeoPixel strips. So in firmware, there's a couple of things I want to do. Frackberg, thanks so much for the subscription, the tier 1 subscription. I appreciate that. And I hope that you are having a great Thursday. Oh, it's all right, Siva. I actually didn't stream last week. I was on vacation. I was skiing in the mountains with the family. So no worries about that. And also, even if I was, no worries. The day job, you got to do the day job. I wish that I could spend all day hanging out on other people's Twitch streams, because that's more fun. It's more fun than like having to be in meetings and things like that. But a lot of times I'm sort of in and out. I'm in and out of streams and hanging out for as long as I can, trying to stay productive. I do actually, when I have heads down time, I'll usually have Twitch on and popping in when I can, what have you. Where is my bookshelf? It's gone. I'm actually now floating in the ether. No, I upgraded to the green screen. So I've now chroma keyed myself into the stream to create a more intimate experience. I don't know. But the bookshelf is still there. It's just behind the green screen. Frackberg beating your head against the AWS CLI. Oh my gosh, that stinks. Sorry to hear that. I have used the AWS CLI many times, and I can understand it's not fun. Crazy to think. This is why I've actually really appreciated the Azure CLI when I was working with Azure IoT Hub stuff a couple of weeks ago. The Azure CLI is really, really nice and well designed. Maybe they took a few notes from the AWS CLI because it can be annoying sometimes. Rambling Geek, what green screen did I go for? I don't want to pull up Amazon. I'm going to pull it up in a different tab. Let me show you. I'll pull up Amazon off screen. Yeah, while frustrations are plentiful, I do enjoy learning new things mostly. Same here. Same here. So Rambling Geek, I wanted to get the Elgato green screen, and I had it like in my cart for a while and didn't really pull the trigger. Because I don't know why, but when I finally went around to go and grab it, it was out of stock. I've noticed that like the Elgato green screens and the key lights are no longer available on Amazon. So what I got, I'm pasting into chat. It's called an eMart green screen. That was sort of the Amazon choice replacement for the Elgato. I like it. I mean, it seems to be working so far. So that's pretty good. Oh, is that what you went for too? Are you happy with that one? AWS CLI is bad, but the documentation can be lacking. So Frackberg, I had the same frustrations when I was working on Alexa skills a couple of years, or last year, I think. The documentation on Alexa skills is pretty good. And actually better than other parts of the AWS platform, but docs can be tough for sure. Oh, you went for the Elgato. Cool. Hey, Robert Tables. Welcome. I hope you're having a great Thursday. We're still just sort of getting started, talking, hanging out. My only show and tell item today was that I did finally opt for a green screen, which is a bit surreal. Now y'all are going to see me just staring over at OBS on another monitor because I can't it's just creeping me out to see myself as a floating head. Yes, throw the heck of mode in there, definitely. What is this? They make all kinds of things, don't they? All right, hold on. Now I'm gonna open this URL. I trust you, Frackberg. Oh my God. Okay, now that's actually kind of awesome. I gotta bring this in here. Oh, that's great. Ah, that's so great. This is like the Aura green screen that attaches to your chair. Oh, that's pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna close that out. Yeah, that is genius. You're right, James. It's cool. Robert Tables, I know you're on it, but for what it's worth, I'm wearing my Gatsby socks to the presentation tomorrow. Could have been particle socks. Hey, I know. And had I not been on vacation last week, I would have gotten those particle socks out to you earlier, but it's going to have to be Gatsby instead. Next time. Frackberg, that's perfect. I can make my chair dress like a Time Lord. Oh, that's absolutely right. All right, so the things that I want to do today, and then add the breathe command. There are a few things that I actually want to do in firmware that are related to that as well. So we're going to have one of those days where we spend half of our time in the Node project and half of our time writing C++ poorly, because that's the only way I know to write C++. And I may start with this first one. Y'all have noticed in the last couple of weeks that I've been having issues with when we're trying to run commands on chat that they're timing out, right? So you saw this, I got to promise. These timeouts are happening because the gateway device, now it's responding. No, it didn't. Oh, no, it did. Okay, that's weird. So the stop command works. Of course, now as I talk about it, all of a sudden things are working just fine, right? Yeah. There's a beta version of the device OS firmware for the Argon. I ended up switching everything over to the Argon from the Boron, from Wi-Fi, from cellular to Wi-Fi, because I thought that the cell signal was the issue, if y'all remember on Monday. I don't think that was all of the issue, because now I'm on Wi-Fi. I'm still having some of those issues with the bot. Some of these promise rejections. So let me see if I can do chase color now, and if it's going to make me look bad and actually work. F. Okay, so this one actually will probably time out. So this is what I'm experiencing. And it happens when you're actually sending commands to the gateway device, and then they're supposed to distribute commands to the local mesh network. So there is a new beta version of device OS. It's not even giving me a promise rejection yet. That's crazy. Let me move this over. Get it into the sweet spot. Oh, there the promise rejection came in. So yeah, .comming, you're probably, and they're probably going to get another promise rejection from your command as well. So if you are not aware, Particle's device OS, which is the system firmware that runs on all Particle devices, it runs as the base, and then you install your user firmware, your specific application on top of it. That's open source. It's in the Particle IoT. It's in the Particle GitHub org, and then you can go to Particle Device OS. And if you go to the releases tab, you can see you can get the binaries for individual releases. I am, as an employee, a member of that organization, so I also have access to internal drafts. So there is an internal beta of the 0.9.1 firmware for new devices for Argons, Borons, and Xenons. No problem, Rambling Geek. I need to add that command. I keep forgetting to add the alert command. Here. This is why we have these things, right? Why I keep notes. I need this, otherwise I would forget. Add. The def lunk. Need to add alert command. For sure. All right, I made a note for myself. I had to get my music turned down. Okay. So I have access to internal betas of the firmware. So one of the things I'm going to do right now, and this is just sort of an FYI, if y'all ever run into a situation like this, you can actually manually flash binaries from the command line to individual devices. Like, you don't actually have to use the Web IDE or Visual Studio Code to flash system firmware to Particle devices. There is actually in the Particle CLI. So if you have the Particle CLI installed, you can, nope, not that one. You can use the Particle Flash command to actually set system firmware. You can do it to compile your firmware as well, or you can actually do it to update versions of the device OS firmware. So that's actually one of the things that I wanted to start with now. And I need the Argon binaries. And I do believe it is going to be the hybrid. So I'm going to download this binary and not put it in an ebooks folder, because that wouldn't make any sense. So now what I can do, and this is all covered in the reference docs, is that you can actually flash a binary over serial, which is what I'm going to do. And I think that actually requires me to put the device into, let's see, I can't remember which one of these you actually have to have the device in DFU mode. That's all right. What happened? Particle serial flash. All right. So what I'm going to do, and we'll see how this goes. Let me bring the. So I'm gonna run particle serial flash. And I have a couple of different devices connected to serial, so we'll see what this actually says. Downloads. What was the name of that? Hybrid. Nope. Okay. Oh, I have a few of these already. I need to clean out my downloads directory. I think... Oh yeah, I gotta go into the setup. I gotta go into setup mode. So, enter into setup mode. You actually hold down the mode button on the left-hand side of the device until it starts blinking blue. So I've done that. It's going to send this. It'll recognize it as a update to the system firmware. And then there's another command I can run in a second to make sure that actually worked. I'm going to move my console over. All right, so what I'm seeing on my desk, and I should have put the argon. Here, let me take it out of. Oh, all right, you only see it now. It was flashing magenta, I promise you. It was actually doing what it's supposed to do. It's still doing it, and now it's resetting. And it's still flashing magenta. So if Flash has succeeded, it's just taken a moment. Now it's flashing green. Riveting color descriptions I know coming from me here. Okay, so now what I can do is particle serial inspect. I may have to put this one in setup as well. Oh yeah, serial timed out. So I'm gonna put the device back in setup mode and I'm gonna run that command and it'll actually give me some info about, yeah, there we go, that everything's good to go. Okay, bootloader system version 404. Okay, I need, hold on. I think that's right. I think that's what I want. Let me check. Maybe I think I want verbose. All right. Everything seems to be okay after running that change. So I'm gonna reset. One thing I was looking for in the console was an actual like user-friendly version name, but maybe we don't actually provide that. That's okay. But anyway, that's a quick sort of overview of how you actually would go through taking any of these release binaries, pulling down the binaries and then flashing them. It's just a matter of running this command, particle serial flash. If it's a piece of system firmware or hybrid firmware, or even the Tinker app, this Tinker references the default firmware that's installed on devices when they come out of the factory. So that's what allows you to turn on the LED and whatnot from the mobile app. If you need to like reclaim or regenerate a device after you've done something to bork it, that's the process to do so. I'm seeing a bunch of flashing green lights on the wall. So that's fun. But that was one of the things that I wanted to do, sort of first on the list of actually, and I was actually expecting that to be slow. So we'll see if that actually prevents. Had to do recovery on my Argon the other day after putting some buggy code on. James, I do that. I do that all the time. I am the king of buggy code. So did you end up getting SOS? Like, were you getting the RGB LED like flashing red and all that good stuff? All right, so we'll run the chase command. Okay, we're still in good shape. Now, let's try something different. Chase color. Let's see if we can actually successfully run multiple commands here, if that actually fixed it. Chase color, FFCC00. Ah! Oh, man. Wait, .commie. Hopefully that one works too. I got two that worked. Yeah, that's the one. I then used the CLI to fix it. Oh, good. Did you find James that you had the right, like that you had the docs you needed in order to get that? Like, was it difficult? Was it painful, or did it actually go okay? Promise rejected. Blast! I don't blame you, .commie. I'm not logging the stop command, am I? No, it's still going. We're gonna get a promise rejection there too. Well, nerds. We're gonna have to soldier on. I still feel like, I'm going to reset the device again. I still feel like that's slightly better. Still feel like we're in a slightly better shape. Nerds, haven't heard that in years. I don't know if it's David Spade or not, Frackberg. I actually picked it up from watching 30 Rock. So that's a total like Liz Lemon, Tina Fey thing. She would say that a lot on the show. My wife and I were big fans of 30 Rock throughout its broadcast time. It was a funny show. But that may have come from David Spade before. You know, I wonder if, this just occurred to me. Maybe it's not actually a firmware issue. Maybe it's an issue with the bot. Could it possibly be a node issue? Maybe I'm doing something wrong in the JavaScripts. Interesting. I remember Spade saying that in the show he was on with Patrick Warburton. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that. Having issues with Workbench on VS Code. Oh no. What were the issues? Was it flashing? Was it with flashing devices? All right, chase. .commie, what command did you run? Here, let's just run chase color first. It's not going to do anything but set the colors, but chase color. FFFF. Rules of engagement. It sounds vaguely familiar. Huh. Nice cyan, .commie. Robert Tables had issues with Workbench too. I know you mentioned on Monday that you were having issues with libraries. But y'all please, and Robert Tables, I will, I think I'll be around for your stream on Saturday. I think. We may be taking the kids to the Sherwood Forest Fair. I can't remember if that's Saturday. I hope it's not Sunday because I'm streaming with the Michael Jolly on Sunday. Speaking of which, I remember that. If you don't already, give the Michael Jolly a follow. I'm actually going to be on his stream on Sunday at 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern, and then other time zones. Do the math. I don't know. We're going to talk about IoT stuff. He and his daughter are building a connected set of planter boxes, and so we're going to talk about that. I'm going to have at least one, maybe two, possibly all three of my children on for about 2 minutes before they get bored and ask me if they can play the Switch. We're going to do some of that on Sunday. So, Steven, that's so nice. That's really kind of you. I'm excited. Michael Jolly, he messaged me while I was on vacation last week about it, and it's gonna be good fun. I think it's gonna be neat. Okay, there we go, .commie. Robert Tables. Back in my day when kids got Switches, it was a bad thing. I like that. That's pretty funny. So now, all right, here, .commie, let's do this. So I'm glad you're. So I restarted the bot and try running that again. James, you're doing something similar with the ESP8266. Nice. Have you posted anything about it? If you got anything public, it'd be pretty sweet. All right, at .commie, if you want to run that again, or I can. What song will we be singing? I did tell the Michael Jolly that I will sing a duet with him. It's not going to be pretty. I don't know what song we're going to be singing. I will join him in a duet of "You Are My Sunshine" for anybody that wants to jump in and subscribe to his channel, or do cheers, or is it "You Are My Sunshine" for subscriptions? And then if you do cheers, he raps his own custom version of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which I'll throw down some raps, or I'll like beatbox while he does it. That could be a lot of fun. Crap. So chase color, timeout. All right. I'm gonna kill the bot. Let's try one more time because y'all came in kind of close, which shouldn't be an issue. Like we should be able to send all kinds of commands. There's no point in doing this in a chat bot if I want to like limit. I'm not gonna like rate limit this stuff. So now I'm wondering if this is a combination of firmware and the bot. But I mean, like, what would I be doing in the bot that could be an issue here? Am I not returning my promises? Maybe I'm not returning my promises. No, I mean, await resolves the promise. Okay. You did it again? Yeah, and .commie, I think there's going to be another. It would have responded at this point, so it's another timeout. Yeah, James, definitely. And honestly, if you're looking for a place to do it, one of my favorite communities for these kinds of projects is Hackster.io. This is a really, really friendly, welcoming project for doing maker kind of stuff. Like, there are some communities out there that I would be hesitant to post on because you just get a lot of like not invented here, neckbeardy kind of comments, if that makes any sense. Hackster is a really welcoming community. Yeah, .commie. This is, I mean, it's absolutely one of my favorites. I've written a couple of things that I've published on Hackster. There's a particle channel on Hackster. Let me see. I'll go to the particle channel. Particler. There's an ESP8266 channel. So James, if you probably are already aware of Hackster, but if you're not, definitely this would be a cool place to publish your existing project. And I love the idea of doing a smart clock for your bedside. So keep us posted because that'd be really cool. Yeah, I get emails from them every day. I do like a daily subscription where I find out like people are posting new stuff every single day, and I'm not I subscribe to a bunch of different channels. Like, let's see. Let's look at my preferences. I'm going to dox myself, right? Blah, blah, blah. What channels? Oh, yeah. 47. So apparently I'm subscribed to like 47 different channels. IoT, Particle, 3D printing, Adafruit, Alexa, Apple, Arduino, Artificial Intelligence, Autodesk, like the list goes on and on. Johnny 5, Little Bits, Losant, Make, Microsoft, Music, NeoPixel. This is kind of nuts. And so I get emails that highlight anytime somebody posts a project across any one of these 47 different channels, I get an email about it. Subscribe, star. Every time I go through one of those experiences, an onboarding experience where I'm like, okay, I need to like really, really focus in on my interests or I'm not going to read the email. I'll end up going through the list. I'm like, yep. And then I have 47 things that I've subscribed to, which does make it hard. Yes. James, I totally agree. I am a huge fan of Dev2. This is such a cool site. And yeah, not limited to IoT. I love Dev2 so much. Medium is so last week. It's all about Dev2. This is a cool site. Robert Tables, that's exactly my problem. Like I look down the interest list and I'm like, yeah, I could be into that. Like, yeah, send me every article about blockchain. I don't care, but send me blockchain stuff. Sure, I could one day care about blockchain. And then I end up ignoring everything. Same thing. So that's exactly how it goes. Nerds again. I need a nerds. Oh, here, let's just do I'm just going to do the table flip thing. Because I'm so frustrated right now. This is totally a firmware thing. I hate that Medium makes you sign up and then the paid stuff now. Honestly, yeah, that's been part of my frustration with Medium lately. There's still so much good content out there and people are writing great stuff, but anytime that I see Medium, I feel like I'm going to get paywalled, which stinks. But they're trying to, you got to build a business somehow. I know, I can totally respect that they're trying to find their way to make their money somehow. When you kick that can down the road too far, you get into situations like the NPM folks just did recently, unfortunately, which sucks. I hear a lot of developers on Twitter are moving their blogs away from Medium. Yeah. I wrote stuff on Medium a couple of years ago. One of the things that I really like about Dev2 is that Dev2 actually has some really cool built-in tools for cross-posting. So let me show you. I'll show you a little cool secret thing here. We actually do have a particle channel on Dev2, or a particle organization. It's just me and one other person right now. But if you go to dev2/particle, there's actually some of the stuff that we're doing now. They actually give you tools where you can suck in posts from your blog and submit them to cross-post to Dev2 as well. So like for instance, I did this blog post, y'all remember BrewBuddy, was working on for several weeks. I did a couple of posts on BrewBuddy, and the second one was on BrewBuddy and Electric IO and the stuff that we did with Electric IO a couple of weeks ago. And then Dev2 actually has an RSS integration, so I was able to just like cross-post it for anybody that doesn't. I know a ton of people that don't subscribe to the Particle blog, but may actually be interested in this kind of content as well. And it's really general, so I like it. James, I understand it, but the way they changed direction wasn't too cool. I totally agree. And honestly, this is what happens, I think, when companies, I hate to say it, but this is sort of like the Silicon Valley sort of sickness of worrying more about adoption than monetization. Like, I understand you can't necessarily monetize a platform before you have users, but if you don't at least think about monetization from the start, then yeah, you'll get to a point where you have a large user base, but you haven't incented them to stick around, or they love you, but they only love you because you're free, right? Robert Tables, Twitch found a way to make money. Yeah. People will pay for content if it's good. The good part is still the hard part, and it always has been. Yeah, for sure. And I agree. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed with Twitch in that regard because I think maybe what makes Twitch so special is that when most of us are giving money on Twitch, we're not giving it to Twitch necessarily. We're giving it to streamers, to like other individuals that we like their work and we appreciate them and we respect what they do. Twitch takes a cut of that, but I think we're happy to pay it because they provide the community and the platform. So like, we're not necessarily paying Twitch directly, but we're happy to do so because it's what's enabled people to build a community that we want to be a part of. I don't know if does that make any sense? These are like my Thursday. These are not deep thoughts for me. Oh, all right. Thanks, Robert Tables. Oh, that's funny, James. Yes, that is me. I do write some things too. I actually really enjoy writing. Just never do it enough. Where was I? Oh yeah, this stupid timeout. Thank you for attending Brandon Sadler's TED Talk on Twitch. I think Robert Tables has that trademarked. I can't say that was my TED Talk. Although, interestingly, speaking of TED, my wife and I, when we were driving back from Colorado last week, we took sort of 2 days for the drive on the way back, and we let the boys play, Kindle Fires and Switches and whatnot, and my wife and I listened to the TED Radio Hour. So, I mean, I watch TED Talks and we listen to TED Talks, etc., but there's a cool podcast it is a topical hour-long summary of various different TED Talks and also interviews with the speakers. TED Radio Hour, I think is what it's called. That was cool. I really enjoyed that. We listened to a couple that really made us think. And I steal what I want. Yeah. Yeah, it's a great segment. I love all the NPR things. See, there you go, Robert. That's exactly what I was saying. Everything NPR is amazing. And if y'all want podcast recommendations, I can totally spend the next hour talking about that. I have been like neck deep in InfoSec podcasts for the last couple of months. I'll recommend a couple right now. Darknet Diaries is recommended to me by Particle CTO. Amazing. Darknet Diaries, so good. Malicious Life is another one. There's just a two-parter from earlier this year that I listened to while I was in Colorado exercising. It was the 2-part on the fall of Mount Gox, which was really awesome. Radio Lab is really good. Totally Frackberg, absolutely. And James, I know, right? So this is now we're done. So I'm just gonna go get my phone. Just gonna start looking at all the podcasts I subscribe to. Beers with Talos is another really good one. Let's see here. Hacking Humans from Cyberwire. It's a good social engineering podcast. The Macrofab Electronics podcast. That's a really good one. Amp Hour. I gotta stop. Exponent. Hackable. Hackable's another really good. I'm gonna stop there. My Favorite Murder. That's an interesting one. I'm gonna have to look at that. 8.5-hour drive needs something other than the same 20 songs, but let's do since 1995. Frackberg, actually, we did, my wife is really good about this. We actually got audiobooks that the boys were really, really into. That we were getting into too. So I love it when my kids are at this age where I can introduce them to some of the stuff that we loved as kids and find out that they actually are still relevant. They love it. So like our kids have been into Beverly Cleary audiobooks for like months now. So we've listened to like all of the Henry Huggins, if y'all remember some of the Henry Huggins audiobooks. And the coolest part about the Henry Huggins audiobooks is that they are read by none other than the great Neil Patrick Harris. NPH himself reads the Beverly Cleary books, like all the Ramona Quimby stuff. It's so good. I feel weird saying that, but it's so good. NPH reads Beverly Cleary. Just made the drive so much more fun. So much more fun. All right, I got to get back. Favorite murder. Cyber by Motherboard. No. Cyber podcast. I have to check that out. Oh, nice. I'll be subscribing to this. Yes. Thank you, James. And I know that the No-Up Cat was on JS Party, and I haven't listened to that episode yet. Because frankly, I got out of listening to like programming podcasts for some reason. But JS Party and her episode is one that I want to listen to. Oh, .commie, Mouse and the Motorcycle. So we've done all of those. We've done all of those as well. And those, the Ralph S. Mouse. So welcome to this Twitch channel where we discuss children's audiobooks and great narration. The Ralph S. Mouse audiobooks are narrated by what is his name? Amazing actor. He does a really good job too. Oh, what is his name? Audiobook. Frankberg, I blame that book for your motorcycle habit. Oh, B.D. Wong. Yeah, narrated by B.D. Wong. So B.D. Wong may not be a name that you recognize, but it's a face that you would probably recognize. He's one of those actors. Yeah, so he's in Mr. Robot, an amazing television show, by the way. And he's been in a bunch of other stuff as well, but he narrates the Ralph S. Mouse books, or Ralph the Motorcycle, all that. So good. All right, I have totally derailed y'all. Yeah, he was in Jurassic Park. That's right. All right, I gotta go. Let me go back here. Go back. One of my favorite books as a kid was The Bat in My Pocket. What is that? Let's just stay with this. The Bat in My Pocket. Really? Oh, I like that. I'm not going to Amazon. I'll go to Goodreads. Bradford. Yeah, they should make a sequel to that. Beverly Cleary is 102? I realized that. That's awesome. Syntax FM. Yeah, Syntax FM is good. How I Built This. Yeah, y'all keep them coming. I will go back in the chat transcript and subscribe to all of these podcasts and buy all of these books. Let's just turn this stream into like, what can we make Brandon buy later? Bat in My Pocket. I'm saving this in my Goodreads list as want to read. Thank you, Robert Tables. I had never heard of it, but I will check it out. Oh, James, that book. Oh, yes. By Bunny. I love this book. I have read it once. I own it. I'm going to read it again. It's actually been on my list to read again. Hey, thanks, Robert Tables. Thanks for coming in, listening to my fake TED Talk and my book club and podcast recommendations, and have a good stream. I'll catch you on yours in a little bit. The Hardware Hacker, James, is really, really good. You're going to enjoy it. I can't recommend this book enough. Whether you care about the nitty gritty of all this stuff or not, it is so very good. He talks about manufacturing in China, some of the ins and outs of the whole manufacturing process in general. He talks about bioengineering, like his last chapters are sort of like about biohacking, which is really, really cool. That's funny.commie. So after a timeout, now it's working again? This is driving me nuts. So like I don't have to, did I reset the device or not? But thank you, .commie, for trying to keep me on task a little bit. Frackberry, haven't read a book since October. Hey, I know it's not for everybody. I love reading. It's usually how I start and end most of my days. Keeps me sane. Let's try doing another chase color again, because I wonder if I didn't reset it. Okay. Well, thank you for your curiosity, Kami. Seeing now it's timing out. Ah, it's so frustrating. On the manufacturing bit at the moment makes you think about so many aspects you never think about, like that the engineers are that have no idea about the internet. Yeah. Well, what's cool about Bunny's experiences is that a lot of the stuff that he did was sort of from the early days of the internet as well, or the early days of contract manufacturing. So he's got a really cool perspective, but that's a really, really fascinating book. I liked that one a lot. Frackberg, usually studying for certifications or trying to learn programming from videos, tutorials. Vacations are the only time I don't feel guilty about sitting down and reading a book. I get that for sure. Usually the way that I will go through it is that I've sort of settled into this habit of, I read on any given day. There are 3 things that I'm reading. One is my Pocket list of saved articles. So I use Pocket a lot on my iPad, and I'll do that in the morning. So I'll read through half a dozen different articles that I've saved. I've saved them faster than I can read them, but whatever. I've given up on that. But I'll read half a dozen Pocket articles, and then I'll move on to reading some like either a technical book or a nonfiction book, something that I'm currently in the middle of. Like right now, I'm reading a book called The People's History of Computing in the United States. And so I'll read that in the mornings, and then the evenings I'll read a little bit of the nonfiction book again, and then I will end the day by reading, most of the time, something fiction, a novel or something like that. Like right now I'm rereading Isaac Asimov's Foundation books, because they're amazing. So that's kind of where I am on that. Pocket is where I send articles never to be seen or heard from again, Frackberg. I do that too. And honestly, sometimes I'll open Pocket and I'll be like, I'll scroll back for 30 seconds or more just to see what stuff I saved a year or two ago. And I'm like, I don't care about that anymore. Delete. For me, it actually helps me from getting distracted when I see people sharing stuff on Twitter that I care about, or to keep tabs open that are just going to completely kill my computer. That would not work for me. So I have sort of accepted the fact that I'm never going to stay up with everything on Pocket. And the stuff that I do care about, fortuitously I will read or not. You never know. Did I change the color? See, I tried to run it again. No. Well, that's a bummer, but it's okay. So I have some door knocking I got to do with the engineering team to find out what's going on with the firmware. I did install the beta version, so I'm running on the latest. It's still just giving me issues. Maybe what I can do next time is, what is that? Yeah, it's going to do the same thing. That's okay. So there's some other bot related things that we can work on here today. And we are almost an hour in. It's the same colors. Oh yeah, it is the same color as the one that I've already set. But I'm still going to get a timeout because it would have already given me some sort of response. But you're right, Kami. That's right. So what we can probably work on in the bot now are these 2 issues: accepting CSS shorthand values and then taking a list of named colors. So we'll work on those 2 here real quick and see. This is done. We did put thought it would improve reliability, and maybe it has, but not a huge amount. Oh yeah, and there's another thing. I think we had seen the other day that the color on this strip right here was off. and it's now been resolved. It's now been fixed, and that was all on me. Basically, the power jumper wire was out like halfway. So it was all a power thing. Had nothing to do with the NeoPixel strip. Not at all. And then we got that one done. All right, let's do CSS shorthand values. Let's do that. So what's going to happen here is ultimately the rule is going to be anytime that I get if the string starts with a hash and then is 4 characters in length, I'm going to take the first, the second, third, and fourth characters and just duplicate them. So we'll see if I can actually do this intelligently and quickly. Or neither in JavaScript. Right, so what I'm going to do here is, where do I need to find that? Is it up top? Oh yeah, set chase colors. That's what I want to do. So it's going to be something, I'm going to be inside of my set chase colors function. Right, I'm going to do it here. So I wonder if I should do this here. Oh, cool. All right. .commie, that would be even better. To the point color module for node. Is that the one you're talking about? Doesn't look like it. I'll click on the link. Even better if that's the thing. Micro framework for inputting colors and outputting colors to different formats. It's meant to be as permissive as possible. Oh, this will actually solve both of our issues, right? So to get named colors as well as expanding colors. Great. Enter a color. Yeah. So if I do great. Yeah, this is perfect. .commie saves the day once again. This is great. This is great. Let's use this one. I'm sold. Oh, good. Tiny Color 2 is the node module. Great, 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 great. In the bot. So here, npm install. Nope. Save. Tiny Color 2. So this will always give me a, oh sweet. What does it return? All right, hold on, I gotta look at these docs real quick. Call tiny color input or new tiny color input and you'll have an object with following properties. See accepted string input. What following properties? Okay, is valid. That's good. Color to string. To hex string. Okay. I dig it. I like it. Thank you, .commie. That's good stuff. So tiny color equals require new tiny color 2. Great. So now what I should be able to do is anytime, let's do it this way. So we'll do an else down here, else for named colors. See if that works. Okay. So we'll handle this here. We'll make it work and then we'll make it right and clean it up later, right? So what I want to do here, let's see here. What was it? Get is valid, right? So let's do const color equals tiny color. Right? If color is valid, then we will parse it. Else return null. Right, so then if the color is valid, then we'll do here for the color list will be color dot to hex string. There we go. And why am I doing that there? This should be a if color list. Okay. Great. So now down here, what I can do. Oh, here, let's just test this one first. So that should give me an expanded color. Let's try that. Let's console log it. Ooh, typing's not working today. Color dot to hex string. Oh wait, hex. I gotta have better variable names, but that's okay. Node index.js. Great. So now if we do chase F0C, cool. .commie, I think you probably just saved me. I mean, if I'm being generous, half an hour, but if I'm being honest, like many hours of fighting with trying to implement that myself, which I would have done for fun, and then eventually thought, you know, there's probably a library for this. Did it actually work this time? It was still the same color. Nah. Fail. Reset the device. Okay. At least we know we got that piece working. So that's cool. I'm gonna check that in. Hold on. We're doing that next, .commie. Salmon. Let me check this in and get it pushed. Right? CSS shorthand values. Added. That's awesome. Closes number 6. Yes, I'm pushing to master. Okay. So then, yeah, then the next piece is to parse the named color. So that's going to be const color equals tiny color. Here, let's just do this. Mm-hmm. So here we'll do the same thing. In fact, we can probably just get it working for now. Clean it up later. So that should work for named colors, and then let's do the same thing here. Jinsu, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a great Thursday. Look forward to seeing you hang out and chat. Feel free to say hi. Feel free to lurk. We are here just working on this these NeoPixel strips on the wall here behind me, and actually get them bot controlled. So we're actually working right now on getting named colors supported and converting those to the right hex and RGB values. So thanks again so much for the follow. All right. Let's run that again. I will wait on you, .commie. I'm gonna let you do it while I stretch for just a second and decide whether or not I need to take a bio break. My watch is telling me I need to stand up. Yes, .commie, very nice, very nicely done. Good job, sir. Yeah, that's great. All right, cool. So we have support for named colors as well. Nice, Shinsu. Yeah, Shinsu, thanks so much. Thanks for saying hey in chat. Yes, triple kapow. Triple kapow. Let's make sure we get some good colors here. Trace magenta, FFOOFF. Even though I'm gonna get timeouts on these. Boo, chase, cyan, my favorite. OOFFFFFFF. Okay. So the conversion is working even if it's timing out. Ain't no thing. So that's cool. So that's done. So I'm going to push that now. Commit added. And I got to add this to my streamnotes.com because I am like super grateful that you saved me much time with this. In fact, I was already thinking earlier today, .commie, that I need to message you and send you, well, not message you, I can just do it, but I need to send you some particle socks. You want some particle socks? I don't have any on right now or I'd show you, but they're pretty nice. Closes number 9. Number 9? No, that was number 7. Number 7. Not 78, 7. This 7. Okay. Yes, the socks. All right, you got it. I will make it so. I will make it happen. In fact, I will remember to make it happen because I'll make a note here. I go back later and add people's like Twitch URLs, proper links to these, but for now, Firebrick. Okay, hold on. Let me turn the bot back on. I turned it off. Do it. Do it. .commie suggested using tiny color for CSS and named color handling in the bot, and it was awesome. It is awesome. Did you get Firebrick? Is that what you're expecting to see, .commie? Is that Firebrick? I love this. .commie, if I remember correctly from my stream notes, I think that this was your idea. Yes, named colors were your idea. And CSS shorthand values was Parathon. Parathon's IDs. Those are both fantastic. I'm so excited. So excited to have support for both of those now. Firebrick. What's another cool color name? Chase. Oh, let's just do magenta. See if it's actually not gonna time out on me now. Ooh. Hold on. I'm resetting. I like magenta. It's fun to say. It's fun to look at. Let's try it again. Come on. All right, sorry. My device is still flashing green. So I know this is gonna happen. Chase color Rebecca purple. I needed a special case to handle that one. Right? Oh no, it recognizes it? Are you serious? Oh heck. Robert Tables is streaming now, but I'm gonna have to clip this and send it to him later. He would be very pleased to know. I did not even know that. That's great. Except I'm still getting timeouts. So let's try it again. Then it'll come around. The magenta's kind of close to... Magenta and Rebecca purple are kind of close, right? Here, let's... I love .commie that it handles caps and the whole deal. It's great. It's gonna throw up on me again. Okay. I'm gonna restart the device. I need to take a quick bio break. I need to get some more water, stand up, stretch, the whole deal. I'll be back in 2 minutes. So I'm just gonna go into... I'm gonna go into BRB mode for 2 minutes. I'll be right back. I restarted the device, so if y'all wanna try the bot still, you can. Be right back. Maroon. I don't know if I like that. Let me restart it again. Ah, man, this timeout things are killing me. I gotta figure out what's going on there. Let me restart the bot too. Oh! Oh, .com. I still have a great deal of respect for you. We're not going to turn into like a university trash talking stream, but I went to college just about 90 minutes north of Austin, in a place that shall remain nameless. All right, Chase Color. I'm going to do it for you, .com. What it does, 800000. Oh, I kid. It's fine. It's fine. It looks good. It looks good. Soon enough, I'm gonna put a NeoPixel display, like a marquee, above this whole thing, and we'll be able to do even more. Chase Color Green, another good one. Chase Color, yeah, yep, you got it. You got it. That would be a cool idea, though, to do alternating chase colors. Dang it! Every time we get more ideas on this every single time, right? Consider adding alternating colors to the chase animation. Because then you could do green and gold, which would be fun. All right, but we got that. We got CSS shorthand values. We got support for named colors. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to jump back over to firmware, because we haven't spent much time working on firmware today, and there's two different things I wanted to add in firmware that we can then come back and add in the bot. We can add the bot support for these. So one was this disco mode that Cooper Clay suggested on Monday, and then the other was implementing a breathe command. So you could type in, something like breathe, and the lights would just sort of pulse on and off. Right now, there is support for the rainbow command when the bot is not being stupid. Not the bot, my device, my gateway. I'm restarting it again. You can probably tell when I'm restarting it because I get the devices on the wall start flashing faster. I'm gonna wait for them to come back online. All right, so now as the devices sort of catch up into rainbow mode, I think one of them didn't get the memo. Oh, they got it now. Pretty well. All right, so now our wall lights are back in rainbow mode. So I want to go into firmware and to do a couple of different things. Add disco mode and then breathe mode. Breathe mode is probably going to be easier. So let's just do that one first. I keep putting off the whole like bot detection thing because I don't know exactly what I want to do for like a disco mode animation on the lights. But breathe mode is just sort of pulsing the lights off and on, right? So if you look at the NeoPixel pulse effect, there actually are some decent, here we go. There's some decent stuff out there for this. And I am not above just going and grabbing code, especially when it's C code that if I were to try to implement myself, this would be the stream that never ends. So, okay, the dance. Basically calling the functions defined below. Breathe all. Basic flutter. This function blinks the outer LEDs at delays that are relatively prime so they won't sync up after X number of loops. I think this creates a stronger flapping, fluttering illusion. Well, let's just grab both of them. Or here, let's look at this too. Okay, so that's our, okay, what's going on here? Tweaking for all. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in here. Strobe, oh, sweet. You changed the color. All right, so now Dakami, I gotta put it back in chase mode. Hopefully that'll work. There's your peach puff. Yeah, it looks, it's like a mostly white, but I like it. So, oh my gosh, this is great. This site, this page is everything I ever wanted from LED strip animations. If it works. Fade in, fade out RGB, fade in, fade out of your old colors, strobe, blinking Halloween eyes, Cylon, the new kit, twinkle, random color twinkle, sparkle, snow sparkle, running lights, color wipe, rainbow cycle, theater chase. Some of those are already in the default libraries, but still theater chase, rainbow fire, bouncing balls, multicolor bouncing balls, and meteor rain. Oh my gosh. This is great. This is pretty cool. Oh, and he's got, this person has videos on each one of these too, so you can see what you're going to get. This is well done. I don't know how I've never seen this before. Chase color chartreuse. 7FFF00. It's going to time out. Chartreuse is a good one though. All right, let me reset and you can run it again. This is cool. That's cool. Fade in, fade out of your own colors. So I'm going to see if this is what I want. It's more of like a, that doesn't look like a fade to me. It looks more like a blink. It just looks like a blinking to me. That's okay. Strobe, maybe strobes. Oh no, that's good. No. Stop. Strobing is not it. Although strobing could be cool for like different subs or, all right, let's see if we keep going here. Blinking Halloween eyes. What am I supposed to be looking at? Nothing's happening. Oh, two eyes at random strips. Hot pink. FF69B4. Very nice. Cylon. That is stinking cool. Oh, yes. I love that. Okay. The new kit. Yep. Oh, yeah. Okay, Twinkle. I'm saving this to pocket. And I will actually read this, Fragberg, if you're still here hanging out. I will read this article. Twinkle is cool. Random color Twinkle. Random color Twinkle could be kind of cool. Oh, see, I think that's what we need. So that's what we need for like subs. A sparkle. A snow sparkle. Running lights. Those are cool. All right, color wipe. Yep. Yeah, I hope y'all are enjoying watching me watch these videos. I'm trying to figure out which one that I want to treat for like... oh, fire is the one I was thinking about for like... That might be a cooler one to do for like, for subs and follows. Oh, that's cool. Bouncing balls, that's pretty cool. All right, I have to stop myself. Okay, hold on, let's watch. Let's see, Meteor Rain. Let's watch you watching your own stream, watching your own stream. Well, of course, Michael Jolly. How's it going? How is the rest of your stream? Hope it's a good one. Or are you still on your stream watching me stream? Watching me watch videos. I like that meteor rain effect. Drast. Blast. Nerds. Went well and made a thing. That's always good. That's good to make a thing. I am right now, Michael Jolly. We have been working on the NeoPixel strips here, and we got a couple of new things supported. Dakami has been helping me battle test. So we actually now have support for named colors of so we have support for named colors that convert to hex that get me the RGB values that I need for the NeoPixel strips, which is cool. Even though, again, it's going to time out. My own devices. So right now, what we're looking at is implementing a breathe command and then disco mode that will fire off when. Michael Jolly, Robert Tables, Brandon Satcham overlap streams. We need to work that out. I know, especially on Thursdays. So my Monday streams, I don't think anybody else that at least anybody that I typically like to watch streams on Mondays, so I'm able to keep that kind of clear, but I know that Thursdays are tough for overlap. I usually don't get home on Thursdays. I have a thing over lunch, and I get home at like 1, and usually the Michael Jolly is on, so I'll jump in for a little bit. And yeah, the Michael Jolly, you overlap with Dev Chatter on Tuesdays. It's good. It's good that there's lots of options, but yeah, sometimes the overlap can be fun. A challenge. All right, I'm going to open up this Twitter thread. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Oh my god. Just visited the page, no coding yet, and now he's just pulled out a guitar. He's about to sing You Are My Sunshine. Oh man. I wanted view. You came for the view, but we were trying to woo you with a song. Hey, I like that, Michael Jolly. Thanks for sharing. I enjoyed the singing. I always enjoy the singing. But that is an interesting aspect of the Twitch experience, because like being a part of the live coders group, there's somebody that I'm hosting automatically like all the time, and it can be hard when you go to a person's page, like you go to my page or go to Michael Jolly's page or someone else, go to their dashboard page. And if they're hosting someone else, there are actually panels that change too. Like I use the stream schedule panel, and when I'm hosting someone else, it actually shows their stream schedule in the midst of all my other info panels. So it can be a bit odd sometimes. That is, it is funny. I'll admit it's funny. Yeah, if the stream just ended and starts hosting right away, which I typically will try to raid into somebody else too, so I totally get that. Okay, so I can't decide if I want to do like, the fade speed I'm not loving, so I can change that. Oh, that's actually not bad. So let's do breathe. So .com, I almost messaged you today about, or you almost messaged me today about my schedule. Yeah. You know, when I first started streaming in January, oh, you realize it was a host. It was the host schedule. So you saw the thing that I saw. I think now that my well, I mean, maybe I need to modify my Thursday streams, but I think I want to move off of that extension and just like hard code my schedule in a panel because it doesn't change that often. Although I would like to start incorporating some kind of an evening or weekend stream. And then I tried to drop a drone and I was still in your chat. That's the other thing too, when you're hosting, I've actually seen chat messages pop up on my channel before randomly from people that are actually trying to chat in the hosted channels chat. There's definitely an opportunity to improve the UX there on some of that. Okay, so I'm kind of sold on using this. I like this person's stuff. I think I'm going to snag their code. Let's see here. Download the sources, LED effects sources. Download now. I'm going to do that. Oh yeah, Code Rush channel. Yeah, that's right. He does some pretty cool stuff in his channel. I will say that. And frankly, the Michael Jolly, some of the overlay stuff that you are doing, and I know that Clarkio has been doing for a long time, like I really love the stuff that y'all are doing. I need to get in and actually do some more overlay stuff with my devices. Because I think that's an opportunity to actually take some of this particle stuff like the walls and online devices and temperature sensors and things like that and actually throw that into overlays that I've got in the stream. I just haven't gotten to do that. I haven't gotten to do that yet. I couldn't tell you what they've done in the last month, but I can tell you I'm getting good at controlling the drone. That's actually pretty funny. Yeah, the Michael Jolly, it would be fun. I would love to do that. I just need to take the time to do it, you know? All right, so LED effects sources, NeoPixel examples. Oh, sweet, it's the full examples? That is great. It's like stealing candy from a baby, which I would never advocate doing. You could actually surround chat messages with the LEDs you're controlling. Oh yeah, totally. That's a good idea. I like that. See, there's so many possibilities in so little time. I'm gonna have to start like coding late into the evening to get any of this stuff done. What did I say? Fade in, fade out, red, white, and blue. Fade in, fade out your own colors. Let's look at that one. .eno. Come on. Just maybe put a green screen over the pegboard so you can remove it in OBS. So, that's a cool idea, the Michael Jolly. So eventually, the Michael Jolly, there are going to be other devices on this pegboard. Other sort of particle powered, like, so the whole reason I put the pegboard up there is so that I can actually put on like displays and sensors and servos and motors and actuators and stuff that can be controlled via chat or controlled via a website. The strips are just sort of the first piece of that. I'm gonna be working on this until I'm old and gray. So let's take a look. So do it live, yeah, right? It should be fun. I'm excited about it. The big challenge that I'm having right now is I need to get these controller devices reliable so that chat stuff doesn't time out like every other time, right? So .com, did we do the? Is that Rebecca Purple? Okay, now it's working again. I think it did already pick up the color change, didn't it? But I feel like, oh, we got 2 in a row. Look at that. Medium aquamarine. What does that come out as? 66CDAA. So the Michael Jolly, I'm actually using TMI.js. So there's a node project that's running. Oh, this isn't it. Where is it? I have like 3 VS Code windows open. So I'm using TMI.js and the Particle JavaScript API to actually connect. I have my bot account that's connected to this channel. And I think, so it got the command, see chase color red came in, and then poop, it timed out. That's the challenge I've got right now is I'm getting firmware timeouts. Stinks, which stinks. And that's the source for it. Yeah, the Michael Jolly in the wall of things project. Here, let me open up that URL. This is a yeah, it's timing out actually on the hardware device. It's not timing out in the bot, thankfully. No. It's a firmware issue. So there are still some connectivity issues with these new devices sort of dropping the internet randomly. And I think I found an edge case that I need the particle engineering team to work on. That we just haven't addressed. So there's 3 different projects in here. Well, 2 that are relevant now. The Wattbot and then the firmware project. And the firmware project has actually what's on all of the individual. Oh, did it get it that time? No, it didn't get red. But if you try red again, chase color red, it actually should work. Yeah, the Michael Jolly, I could actually have them reconnect on disconnect with like a service bus. The challenge is that the issue right now, and I think this is a bug in the Particle Device OS firmware, the challenge right now is that the devices aren't really disconnecting. They are really disconnecting, but it thinks it's still connected. So that's where I'm at right now, is that the devices think they're connected. And so I can send commands to it, but the promises are being rejected because the device is unreachable. So there's a bug. There's a bug in the system firmware. Thanks. It's cool when it works. I want it to work more often, frequently, if that makes sense. It should. So let's, I want to see if I can actually get this piece, fade in out. OXFF, yeah. So we're passing in 3 different bytes. So my byte equivalent of, let's see. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It is still, you're right. Yeah, it is still cool even when it breaks. And I appreciate that. I'm excited to get this growing, and for us to sort of continue working on it on chat and on the stream, and in a couple of months have a growing number of devices. What? Sorry. So what I want to try to do real quick in the next 20 minutes or so is actually pull out, replace from here to here. Okay. Why does it show strip? All right, well, I'm gonna take all of this and I'm just gonna put, no, not that piece. So, lavender blush, I like it. I reset the device again. So you can try that again in a minute, .com. I'm gonna grab this code and I'm gonna put it down here at the bottom of my firmware project, and we're gonna call it, oh yeah, I gotta move these up. Wait, did I not take those pieces out? Set pixel show strip. I think I have to do forward declarations for those. Oh, I got it. I got it. He has support for fast LED and for so I'm gonna do a little bit of surgery on this right here. Strip set pixel color. We'll do I strip. So this is slightly different because it had support for both Adafruit NeoPixel Library and for fast LED. So he has sort of a common he has abstraction functions that make it easier to work with those two. So I could take this out. I'm going to take set pixel out. No. Oops. 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 What did I do? What did I do wrong? Okay, set all. Num LEDs. I'm going to fix that. And let me go higher so y'all can see what I'm looking at. Replace this with strip.show. Okay. And what is my number of LEDs? I have a pixel count. So I'll replace that here. All right, so that should give me now a fade in out. And then how are they running? This is running it in a loop. In the loop, fade in out. Okay. So let's try that and see what we can do with it. And we're gonna create a new mode. So else if animation mode. I think we're on 6 now. We'll do fade in out. So add support for animation mode equals 6. This is the breathe animation, right? Yeah. 6 equals breathe. We're going to put this on the first strip. Strip number 1 is the strip at the bottom of the wall. So I need to make sure that my particle mesh pub sub stuff still works here. Strip number 1 has 60 lights. So I'm going to change the pixel count to 60 and that piece right there. All right. So inside of Particle Workbench, I'm going to configure the workspace for the device. That's my NeoPixel strip. Device OS 090. It is a Xenon and it is Wattstrip1. It's the name of my device. So I will now Cloud Flash. And we'll see what happens. Failed. I did something wrong. What did I do wrong? Failed because it didn't compile. See where the error is. All right, hold on. I'm gonna do a local build. This will give me a faster detection of the error. Fade and out. Oh yeah, right. I gotta do my forward declarations. Gotta do my forward declarations. This isn't JavaScript after all. Right there. All right, let's try again. Oh, set all, same thing. I'm doing this to myself. Set all, yep. All right. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, actually, that's, yep, good. It worked. So now let's flash to the device. NeoPixel strips. So this is only flashing one at this point, just to get the breathe animation in and out, and then we'll come and try to do the bot piece quickly before we end the stream. Flashing, flashing, flashing. Okay, it should come back online in just a minute. It looks like it's doing it. I can see it from the screen. There we go. Okay. Good sign. So everything else is stopped. That one has been flashed. I can run into my console. And let's set the mode now to 6. I may need to reset my... Ugh. Ugh. I'm gonna try again as soon as this comes back online. Excuse me. Any minute now, Argon, when you want to come back online, I'm ready for you to be online so I can run this command. All right, while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to do the bot piece. Because the bot part should be pretty easy. We're just going to do similar to Rainbow. In fact, let's refactor this out. While I'm waiting. let's just call this function trigger LED mode and see what we need to have. Target, context, and then the name. So this should work for, yep. All right, I'm gonna set into, I'm going back, firmware, mode 6, fade in and out. Nothing's happening. Why is nothing happening? That's annoying. Where am I? If loop, if animation mode not equals 4 or 5. Oh, crud. That's what it is. I gotta clean this stuff up. Oh, this is, yeah. This is a mess. But that's all right. Okay, if animation mode not equals 6, okay. I'll flash this again. That's why we test, right? All right, so I'm gonna have that flash again. And then I should get trigger LED mode to work here. Hey, Dibalik, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, Dibalik, yeah. Thank you so much. We're just working on the LED strips on the panel here behind me. Just flash some new firmware to those, so that actually should be working. I can try to set that again. There we go. Hey, we have a breathe mode. Ah, the rate's a little bit faster than I like. So we can slow it down, but I think that actually now is what I want. So I can do trigger LED mode, pass in target. In any case, Diblik, thanks so much again for the follow. Feel free to hang out and chat, say hello, feel free to lurk, whatever you prefer. Happy to have you here hanging out today. Target, context, and then the name I'm going to send in is breathe. I think that will actually work. Oh, so much. Doing well, hanging out here, just trying to get some things working. I'm actually going to be ending my stream in a few minutes today. Probably be raiding over to Mr. Robert Tables. We're actually just getting some chatbot stuff going here. Await particle. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Rainbow sync. And I have to set that as... No. Yes, I do. I guess that is async too, don't I? Yep. All right, we are connected. So now when I say breathe, of course, what? Oh, because it, yes, because I also need mode. I need to get the right argument there. Because that's rainbow mode, not breathe mode. And I can pass that in. So trigger LED mode. Where to go? Where to go? Where to go? Where to go? Trigger LED mode. 6. So then I can take all of this out. And I can do the same thing. Trigger LED mode, target. Context for rainbow. Once more with feeling. And now, woo! Okay, we have breathe mode on one of the strips, and then so this will also factor in. So then I can also do rainbow. You know what's interesting is I'm not getting timeouts on those commands that are just doing one thing. I wonder if I have an issue with how I'm actually sending the other commands. Maybe my problem is how I'm trying to do that. In any case, we have that working, which is awesome. So we made some great progress today, both in firmware and in the bot. I still have some timeout issues that I need to fix, but let me go ahead and push this. In the bot, so that's in the index. Nakami, I turned off the bot. I need to have the bot open in another tab. I need to deploy it at some point very soon. Here, I'll run it for you. I'm running the bot for you. All right, I'm going back in. I have another tab open for the firmware. So what do we say? Git commit implemented chase. No, not chase. Breathe command. Dark slate gray. It's actually kind of cool. Looks a little white, but it works. So closes. Which one is this one? Which item is this one? Number 10. Oh, in the bot. And the bot is number 2. So what I'm interested to find out, .com, is now if you try to switch it back to breathe or rainbow mode and see if it times out or if it's actually going to work. Black. That'll probably time out. So the issue that I think I'm getting is when the chase commands are run back to back to back. That's what's causing the issue. I think we're getting closer to figuring out what it is that's actually doing it. Added breathe command. And that closes number 10. Dibblink, yeah, do I have a streaming schedule? I do. If you're on my Twitch page, the streaming schedule is below. I typically stream on Mondays from noon to 2 p.m. Central, and on Thursdays from 2 to 4 p.m. Central. I'm going to try to start doing some other either evening or weekend streams. And Dibblink, I don't know what time zone you're in, but I'm always open to adjusting. I definitely know that there are a lot of other folks out there that that I enjoy watching as well that stream around similar times. So, but that's my schedule right now, and if I ever change that, I'll change it. I'll update it on the page as well. This is good. So we actually did implement the breathe mode in firmware. We got to get back in and do the disco mode, but I think that will actually be kind of easy now that I found that awesome resource. I still have to figure out what's going on with firmware. Controller still I'm gonna make some notes here. Still timing out, but it seems to happen when chase mode or color changes are triggered. Cool. So that's all I got for today. I think I'm going to end it on this note. We're gonna raid into Mr. Robert Tables, who's going right now. So that should be good fun. Thanks again, y'all, for hanging out. Thanks for the folks that followed, that joined. I will be back again next week, and I will post the stream notes. So definitely keep an eye on the GitHub repo for that. Y'all have a great rest of the day. I am going to start the raid here with Mr. Robert Tables here in a second. Yeah, and the Michael Jolly, I mentioned our stream that we're doing on Sunday earlier. I shared that while you were still streaming. I'm excited to stream with you on Sunday. For those folks that are watching that didn't hear that, please go to the Michael Jolly's channel. Follow him. I'm going to be streaming. Hold on. I'm going to be streaming. Did I spell it? Yeah. He's going to be streaming, and I'm going to join him as a guest on Sunday, which will be a good time. So y'all have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out. Bye.
AWS greeting screen, because we've simply pulled from the basic Amazon Linux 2. So we're going to say SSH, and our identity file is going to be the Bastion PEM file. We're going to do the EC2 user at this IP we just copied. We are going to accept that. And there we go. We see the very familiar Brandon Safe Drum. Thank you very much for raiding with the 10 viewers. Hey, what's up, man?